Hi everyone, welcome, this is Roman. I'm going to show you the editor, how to install it, set it up, and how to mod your very own first level. So let's get cracking. So the first thing we're going to do is, the first things you will need is Unity. Free version will do, I've got the pro version here, but that's just fine. And the JAF editor that you can download through the links we provided you. So first thing, I'll just unzip everything to the same place. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I got an SSD, but it's not that fast. So this is my editor folder. Don't worry about all this, because what you're going to do is you have the unzipped folder here. I'll just open Unity, click Open Other, and then navigate to the place where I exported this folder from, and then let Unity do its thing. It's going to open up and import. It's going to take some time, especially the first time around, importing other things. So I'll just fast forward this. Alright, so Unity opened the editor project after importing all the assets. And first thing we do is we set up the reference to the game. So we just go to Edit, Preferences, select the TX editor, and then go here and then navigate to where our Steam game or where Steam downloaded our game. In my case, this is, I have to look for it, C. No, it's actually D, it's not the default folder. Games, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Jacklines, Flashback, Game Data. This is the folder we're looking for, the Game Data folder. In it is all the other resources and assets you need. Select this folder and you're done with that step. Next thing is going to do, you go to TX editor. This is our custom TX editor or level editor thing. Going to open the assets panel. This will import and get ready all the props and all the assets we have to build our own levels. Alright, once we have the assets panel here, we can start creating our own sector. So we just click TX editor, create a new sector. We don't want to save the untitled scene. And we're going to specify where to save the Unity scene for a new sector. I'm just going to call it B13 because I'm planning on replacing an existing level in the game. Just click save, and then now it's creating our first initial sector. So in the scene view, you can now navigate as you used with Unity or not, and you can see we have the background. The red square is the area in which a camera can move. The yellow square is the camera, is the area in which the player can move. Okay, now we opened our scene. First thing we want to do is go to Gizmos, disable Unity's grid, go to TX editor, open camera control, click show grid. So you actually see the grid from Jacklines Flashback. To place some houses and things, we should go to the modular pieces. Check this out, there's a lot of things here. Let's start with a very basic building. With F you can focus on the selected piece. Control G lets you to duplicate the piece, and then you can just start by blocking out the small shack, like so. The cool thing is that we have all the controls that Unity gives us, so we're pretty flexible with how to look at things and how to set up stuff. We can rotate with R and then rotate. Notice that it will only stick to the 90 degrees. Given that's the design of Jacklines Flashback. So let's put some windows in there. Every set comes with most of the pieces you need to build a building. One here, one there, and we would probably want an entry, so let's just drop the door in here. Alright, so that's our building. So once we have the building, we kind of want to make it look different, give it an insight, so we go to the decoration pieces, which are basically things that don't influence the game mechanics, things that make it look good. So we have some floor tiles here. I'll just drop in this floor tile, and then this, and then we can just duplicate it again and fill the floor tile by tile. Alright, what I forgot here is in the corners we should have our corner pieces for each set, and place them on the corners. Later in the game these corner pieces won't be destructible and they will carry the roof of the building, and they just give it a better look right now. So let's just save this. So now we have our little shack. What else do we want to add to it? First of all, we should check for some lighting. Just drop it in to give it good lighting. And then maybe some props. Props are single pieces, not modular, that we can put in to give some flavor to it. Let's put this nice sofa in here, and maybe a stack of barrels next to it, just for good measure, because barrels are everywhere in every game. Next thing, of course, is enemies and placements for your mercenaries. That is still work in progress, but what you do is you go to faction 1 spawn, just drag them in here. Later you will be able to insert the game, but for now we'll do with just placing it. And then let's place an enemy guard in this shack. Okay, now we've placed some environment pieces, we've placed mercenaries and enemies. Next thing I want to do before exporting it and overwriting some sectors in the original game is probably paint on the ground. You can see here I can select the terrain or by just clicking on it. Then I go to the paintbrush, and there we have currently our 4 custom brushes. Probably make it a bit bigger. And you can then see I can paint ground. Let's put some stone in front of the hut. That's about it. You can change with the brush size, the strength and the opacity here. But that's about it. This is our first functional little level test. I'll save this and then I'll go through the exporting and opening up in the Jack Lines flashback game. Okay, now we have built our test level here, and let's try it out in the actual game. To do this, we save our scene, then go to text editor, export scene as level, and export it. Click export. Since now the level is B13, it will override the level in the default campaign. We're gonna improve the workflow for you at a later stage, and right now we're looking into Steam Workshop integration. But for this time around, we'll just click export. And if there's no errors, we can just go to Steam, click play on Jack Lines, start up the game. And deploy to the sector. And you can see we're in the game, playing the level that we just built. We can walk around, see the enemy, all the mechanics are there. And I feel grandiose in killing this guy. Anyway, thanks a lot for checking this out. I'm looking forward to see what you guys can come up with, and any feedback is appreciated. Thanks a lot for watching.